If you need more clients for your business, this video is just for you. Today, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to become successful by getting new clients with cold email marketing or with cold outreach in general. My name is Seda VC, and as you know, on this channel, we are talking a lot about how to get clients with cold outreach, especially using AI and automation. We already know that cold outreach is one of the best ways to get clients for your business, fast and cheap. Today, we're going to take a deeper look on how exactly you can get new clients with cold email outreach. I'm going to tell you everything I learned about cold emails and how we made it work successfully for our business, so you can do the same. Cold emailing is one of the oldest approaches in the cold outreach space, and there is one good reason for it. It just works. Cold emails have been used for decades now, and it just works. So today we are going to learn what you need to do to get successful. After watching this video, you should be able to set up your own cold email system and start getting clients for your business from that process. And now, without wasting any more time, let's jump right into it because I have prepared something for you. So as you can see, I have prepared a document to guide you step by step through the whole process until we finally reached our destination of new clients. So first of all, what exactly is cold outreach? So in one sentence, cold outreach is reaching out to prospects with a tailored message that addresses their needs. This means when we are doing cold outreach, we are talking to people who don't know us. So obviously you cannot tell them, hey, my name is Max and I'm selling this, please buy my product here. This is not how it works. There is a strategy behind it. There is some things you need to consider and some things you can fuck up, but I'm here to teach you what you can do to make it right. So first of all, always remember, if we do cold outreach, we are talking to people who we don't know and who don't know us, which is even the more important part of it. This is a positive as well as a negative. They don't know us, so it's much harder to convince them that we are the right partner for their problem. But on the other side, they don't know us also means that we can choose who we are talking to, so we can go hyper targeted and find the leads which we actually need for our business. So it's not as usual that the client searches for the business he's going to spend money on. It's the other way around. We are going to search a client who we want to have in our business. Cold outreach can be done in so many different ways. We can talk to them on the phone, we are cold email, in Instagram DMs, Facebook, LinkedIn, all other social media. Cold outreach literally means talking to strangers and telling them what you can do for them on any kind of medium. And as already said, cold emailing is the mother of cold outreach. And before we start with the strategy, it's very important to always have in mind the goal is to present yourself as the perfect solution to an existing problem they already have. For example, you're talking to a company and they need more leads, they need a better website, they need social media management, they need new employees, recruiting, whatever your service or product might be. You have to search and find people who have a pain spot which you can solve. We always need to have this in mind when we start any cold outreach campaign, because this is the only way it actually works. Now we roughly know what cold outreach is, but why exactly should we do cold outreach, or why should you do cold outreach to get more clients? First and foremost, it's very hyper targeted compared to ads or newspaper or any kind of other advertisement. This means you're not publishing ads and hoping that someone of interest is going to see it and click on your ad and reaching out to you, yada yada yada. It's other way around. You are going out in the business world and searching for your perfect client, for your perfect target audience, whoever you want to tell about your business or your products. And this way we can hyper target the specific leads we want to talk to. So it's much easier to reach a CEO or CFO of a tech company with cold emails rather than blasting ads in the hope that they find you on some social media at some point. So in this case, we can go hyper targeted compared to ads. You choose your audience. So you are the one who decides who this email is sent to. The second big advantage of cold outreach is it's very, very cheap. Especially if you're scaling up, it gets way more affordable with volume. And as you see here, you will hear that multiple times throughout this video, volume negates luck. I just want you to remember this. Whenever it comes to cold outreach, volume negates luck. Alex Hormozy told us 100 times already, we need to learn. Now we know volume negates luck. So if you do more, you will get more. It's as simple as that. So first of all, it's hyper targeted. Second of all, it's much cheaper than traditional advertisement or affiliate marketing or anything similar to that. And third and foremost, it worked 100 years ago and it still works today. Only the medium has changed. Since the dawn of business, people have been doing cold outreach in one way or the other. The formats and the mediums are changing every now and then, but in the core, it always stayed the same. We are reaching out to a potential client with our service or product and asking them if they are interested. That's the exact exact same scheme that it was 100 years ago. Now we're sitting in front of a desk instead of going out to meet someone, but that's the only thing that changed. We at OmniFusion usually concentrate a lot on Instagram cold outreach, and if you're interested in how to do cold Instagram DMs the correct way to really get new clients for your business, feel free to watch the video or the playlist somewhere at the top of the screen right now. But in this video, we will only talk about cold emails, so let's dive right into it. Companies all around the world are making billions of dollars with cold emails alone. This enough should be proof to you that this works and that you should do cold email outreach as well for your company. The best way of doing cold outreach in general is to combine all the different methods we have. So send cold emails, send cold messages on LinkedIn, send cold DMs on Instagram and Facebook, and do all of them in a big enough volume, and I promise you, you will always have more clients than you need. And before we dive into the specifics of how to structure your cold email campaign, always have in mind that our goal is to get a meeting on the phone or via Zoom or Google Meet or whatever with a potential customer. With everything we are doing now and with all the outreach methods we have, we are only trying to get them on a call or in a Zoom meeting. We are not trying to sell our product or service in the emails. This is very important. Nobody wants to buy anything on an email. Nobody wants to give you money on Instagram. The only goal of all the cold outreach we are doing is to get someone on the phone or someone in a video call. Always remember this. Never oversell your product or service in the emails. Always try to sell the call with you or your sales representative, whatever it might be, but we are not trying to sell a product. We are trying to get a meeting with a potential customer. And as we are concentrating on cold emails today, why should anyone do cold emails instead of cold Instagram DMs? Because depending on your niche and target audience, cold email might be your best pick. It's the best way to reach medium to large companies. It's also easiest to target specific positions in companies like CFOs, CEOs, COOs, the HR department, whatever it might be. If you're trying to reach a bigger company and want to reach a specific position in that company, it's literally impossible to do that on Instagram, but it's very much possible, for example, on LinkedIn or per cold email. That's why you need to have all of your outreach settled. And one of the biggest advantages of cold email, because it's so old and so known for everyone, is it's so easy to scale and it's very, very cheap to scale. It really doesn't really matter if you're sending 100 emails a day or 1,000 emails a day, your cost will nearly stay the same and the effort is also the same. And I'll show you exactly how you can scale to thousands of emails every single day by using tools and automation, which will make it much easier for you to get a client. Okay, there's 3 essentials you need to have in place to get your cold email outreach to work. These 3 essentials are obviously the leads. So who are we talking to? Who is our ideal potential customer? Second of all, what are we going to tell them? How are you presenting yourself? What's the subject line and what's the message? And 3, we need automation to make this work on a bigger scale, because it doesn't help you if you send out 5 or 10 emails every day manually. This is not how cold email outreach works. So let's start with number 1, the leads. This is actually one of the most important points when it comes to your outreach campaign, no matter on Instagram, LinkedIn, email, whatever it might be. The most important part is who are you talking to? Because no matter what you have to sell, if you talk to the wrong people, you will not be successful. Obviously, if you are trying to sell ice cubes in Alaska, you will have a hard time doing so, right? So it's very, very important that we're talking to the right people, and there's many different ways to get leads for your cold outreach campaigns, but I will tell you 2 of those which we already used, and both of them work really fine for us. First option is you can scrape the leads yourself, and I made a very extensive video on how you can scrape unlimited leads from Instagram. Watch the video on the top of the screen somewhere here, because when we scrape leads from Instagram, we also get their email address. So depending on your niche and on your business, this can be a very, very powerful strategy if you use cold emails and cold DMs on Instagram with the same leads. So you can talk to the same people through email and cold Instagram DMs, which will give you twice the chance that they read your email and that they engage with your message or come back to you and answer to your reply. So this actually gives you twice the chance of getting to a call with this prospect. And the good thing about this is if we scrape from Instagram, we can first of all use this list to send out cold DMs on Instagram, for example, using Auto IGDM. By simply importing that list into Auto IGDM, we automatically send out cold messages to them on Instagram. And at the same time, we can import this list to our email tool, for example, Instantly, and send them cold emails at the same time. So the chance of this prospect getting to see our message is twice as high as if we just send them an email or just send them a message message on Instagram. So whenever you have the chance, combine different outreach methods. However, you don't need to do that in this case. You can simply scrape leads from Instagram and get their email address, literally like I showed in the video which I just linked. Or you can, for example, also scrape Google. You can use Apollo. There's so many ways to get leads. Most importantly is they should be targeted perfectly to your audience. So whatever you're selling, whoever your target audience, your target client is, should be a good fit to your business. Second of all, you need to verify those email addresses because you don't want many of your emails to bounce. That's really bad for your domain. The good part is if you use Leadfinder, for example, which I will show you in the next step, then all your leads will be automatically verified already. If you're, for example, scraping them from Instagram, then you will need to use email verifying tool in between, which is also not big of a deal. You just upload the list, you see which emails are good, you download the list, and then you just send the emails to the verified email. That's all you gotta do. If you learned something new today, smash the like button. Feel free to subscribe to our channel. So this is the most important part. The leads need to be on point. These people need to be interested in your product or service. They need to have an existing pain point which you can solve, and then that's all we need from those lead lists. So as said, you can scrape the leads yourself. There is 1,000 ways to do this, or you can use tools or pre-made lists for your leads. In our case, for all our cold email marketing purposes, we always use one simple software which helped us a lot in the past, and that's Instantly.ai. Later in this video, I'll also show you how to use tools to automate your cold outreach as well as get your leads. But now I'm going to show you quickly how Instantly Leadfinder works and how you can get your leads from there. It's a really affordable way of getting leads very fast. So this is the Instantly Leadfinder, and it's actually really easy. It's like a directory or a database of millions of leads, and you can simply sort them, filter them, and then get your lead lists, import them to your campaign immediately, or just download the lead lists to use them somewhere else. There's not much to explain. It's really easy. You can sort by location. Let's say we search United States. Job titles, we are looking for CEOs, CFOs and COOs. Then we can search by industry, for example. And if you can't find your clients here in the industry, then you can simply filter them by keywords. For example, roofing. So if we put roofing, keyword filter, and we are searching for CEOs, CFOs and COOs in the United States, only with one keyword, we already found nearly 1,000 results. And as you can see, these are all roofing companies, and these are the contact details of the people we want to reach, with some more information like how many employees has the company, what keywords are related to them, where are they located. We can even see phone numbers and their email addresses, and this is what we need. And you can simply take as many leads as you want from Instantly Leadfinder. It's super simple, super easy to use, and the good part is all of the leads you're getting from here are already verified, so you don't need to verify those emails again. But let's move on with essential number 2, the right subject line and message. We want to make them open, read, and engage with your emails. So there's a few things you need to take care of when sending emails or cold messages in general. First of all, the most important part is your cold outreach needs to feel like a warm outreach. How can we do this? We are talking to people who don't know us, but we want to sell them something. So we need them to get the feeling that they know us already, or at least that they know that we know them. A lot of no's, I know, but in cold outreach, it's all about building rapport and building credibility with your potential client to get them on a call. So first of all, your cold outreach needs to feel like a warm outreach. The easiest and simplest step for that is using personalization, like the name or the company name inside your messages, and so on and so on. You can do as much personalization as you want. The more personalization, the better for your reply rate. But more personalization also means more manual work. We rather go a bit lower in personalization, but higher in volume. So I rather send 10,000 medium personalized emails than to send 100 super personalized emails at the same time. Second of all, you have to make the subject line so interesting that they are opening it. So you can imagine the subject line these days to be like a scroll stopper on Instagram or TikTok. So if your hook on Instagram or TikTok is not good enough in the first 1 second, people will simply swipe to the next video. The same thing happens with your emails. Your email can land in the inbox of a prospect, but if your subject line is not getting the interest of your prospect, then he will never read your whole email. He will simply mark it as spam or as read, but never go into the message of your email because the subject line is already basic, like every other cold email outreach subject line. We want to use very intriguing subject lines so someone says to themselves, this is interesting enough, let me have a look. Oh wow, what does this person to say? So the goal of the subject line is simply to get them to click on your email. So make a subject line which piques their interest so they actually open your email and read it. A few tricks to make this possible is use non-capital letters. So if you're sending a subject line with the first letter in non-capital letter, that usually looks like a personal email from a friend or a colleague and not like a sales email. A really good strategy is also to use the name in the subject line. So if I'm talking to Derek Wolf, then I can say, Derek, I have a quick question for you. And Derek will obviously read all his emails with 50 other cold emails which have very generic subject lines, and then it will say, Derek, I have a question for you. And then he will be like, who is this? Why does he know my name? And why does he want me to answer a question for him? And that's all we need. We simply need him to have a question mark in his head to open your email. One more very important factor of your cold email being successful is that we are not simply sending one email to a prospect. If the prospect is not answering us back to our first email, we have to follow up, and we have to follow up many times. More follow-ups is a higher reply rate. This is fact. So I want you to know that you have to create at least 3 to 4 sequences. You can even go more per campaign, which means we're going to send out our initial email, and if the prospect is not answering back to that email in, let's say, 1, 2, or 3 days, we are automatically going to send him another email as a follow-up so we can push the original email up his inbox. So the second, third, and fourth email will also have the same subject line. I will show you how that works in a second. Because if we are using the same subject line, it becomes a thread in his email inbox, and he will always have access to your first initial email where all the sugar lies. The second, third, fourth email are just follow-ups where you are simply saying, hey, I'm pretty sure you got busy, just wanted to follow up on my previous email. Hey, have you seen how we are helping companies like yours get more clients on a daily basis? Yada yada yada. So it doesn't stop at the first email. We are sending follow-ups, and the follow-ups are actually where you get more replies than in the initial email most of the time. So it's very important to create at least 3 to 4 steps, and also very important to know, never send links in your first email. Google doesn't like it, Microsoft doesn't like it, Yahoo doesn't like it. You will land in spam very quickly, and I also hate it if I get sent links on the first email. So our call to action in our first email is most of the time, answer this or let me know if you're free, yada yada yada. So we want a reply from prospect, and then we send them a link to schedule a call, for example. But in the first email, we are not sending any links, which helps our deliverability and to boost our email into the inboxes of prospects and not to land in spam or in the promotion folder. So never send links in your first cold email. And then once again, we ask for the meeting. We are not trying to sell our product or service. We already talked about this, but this is so crucial. So always have this in mind. We're trying to get people on a call. We are not trying to sell them something right now. And as you have successfully listened to me for I don't know how long already, here is a small template you can use in your next cold email campaign, which works all the time. Our email simply has 4 blocks to it, and they all should be very short and crispy. First, it's a relevant intro. Who are you and why do you want to talk to me is what we need to answer in our first block in the email. So I am, I do, we have this, you are that, yada yada yada. Second block is the pain points. Talk about the specific pain points your customer most probably has. And the next block is already talk about how you can help him or her solve this problem in his or her business. So we have a relevant intro, we have pain points, we have mentioned how we are solving those pain points and why we are qualified to solve this problem for you. And then at the end, it's a call to action. And this is important. The call to action needs to be as simple as possible. For example, if you're interested in having a talk, simply reply yes. So reply yes, send. That should be the hardest it gets. It should never be, please click this link, sign up with this lead form, fill out your information here, please click that, do this, call me at this time. This never works. So whoever you're talking to, you need to make it as simple as possible to give you a reply. So in this case, how is it going to get easier than just sending me a reply? It could be send a yes if you're interested, or how we usually go about this is, are you free tomorrow at 4 p.m. for a short talk? And then people come out and answer, no, I am not. Yes, I am. Yes, I'm interested, but not at that date. Maybe another time. What's your time zone? And this is how you get conversations flowing. All right. So we have relevant intro, we have pain points, we have solution, and we have a CTA. Actually, we are done with our email. So this is our first email. And then very important, we need to follow up. Make a second email, make a third email, make a fourth email. The second, third, and fourth email can be short as well. We're just reminding for our first email. We're just pushing up the first email. Third email, for example, or your fourth email can also include a GIF. It can be a sad cat where it says, I'm still waiting for your reply. It can be something funny. Get creative. Whatever gets them to read your first initial email. If you want me to go more in depth into a specific topic of sending cold emails, please let me know in the comments and I will make it work for you. The last and most essential crucial step with cold email outreach is we need automation. Without automation, we cannot scale any of this. You can start trying to send emails on a daily basis manually, find the leads, search their Instagram, see what they had for food yesterday, send them a super personalized email, but you will go nowhere doing this because you will be capped with the time you actually have. And I'm pretty sure as a business owner, you don't want to send cold emails every day, all day. You have other things to do. So for this purpose, we are using automation and tools to make this whole process as automated as possible. All right, and now repeat it with me. Volume negates luck. Volume negates luck. This sentence has so much power. If you send a million cold emails and if you have a good enough product to sell and if your message is not trash, it's impossible to not get a new client. Like how? If you have good leads, a good message, and you're sending it to a million people, how can you not get at least hundreds of sales calls which you can close with potential customers? So volume negates luck actually is a fact. It says if you do enough volume, this is guaranteed to work. If you are only sending 10 emails a day, you want to become lucky. You are looking for luck. If you send thousands of messages on Instagram every day, if you send thousands of emails every single week, then it's impossible not to get a new client. Automation is essential for scaling because more mails sent means more replies, means more calls, and that equals more sales. More emails, more sales. More Instagram DMs, more sales. More LinkedIn DMs, more sales. And now as we know what to be aware of when doing cold emails, now we need a tool to automate the whole process. And there is one tool which has all of the things included which we need, and this is Instantly.ai. There is many tools out there, but we specifically at OmniFusion.ai use Instantly for more than 6 months and we are very happy with it. It's very easy to use, it's simple, reliable, and has all the features you ever need for cold emailing as well as the leads. But everything I'm talking about in this video works with any other tool as well. We just use Instantly AI and that's why we're talking about it. So, and the next steps are actually pretty easy and straightforward. It's just about doing the work. And I will quickly give you a step-by-step process of what you need to do now to get your cold emails rolling. Like with any other cold outreach method as well, we will have a one-time setup to make this work. And if you want to see how you can set up your account and get ready for a cold email campaign, click the video somewhere at the top of the screen because I already showed a step-by-step tutorial how to get Instantly set up, how to warm up your emails, and then come back to this video and see how you can actually create your campaign. So if you don't have any cold emailing tool yet, click the video on the top and follow my step-to-step instruction of how to set up your account to get ready and come back to this video. So when you have done your setup, first thing you need to do is to warm up your email accounts for at least 2 to 3 weeks so your emails also land in the inbox. So you cannot just create new email accounts and blast hundreds of emails because you will immediately land in the spam folder, and that's why we are warming up our email accounts to land in the inbox. This takes around 2 to 3 weeks and Instantly does everything for you on autopilot. So it's going to send out and receive emails with your account and it will emulate a normal human behavior so it gets warmed up so you land in the inbox. Second step is to mass upload leads or choose the leads you want from Instantly's Leadfinder, which I already showed you. So this is totally up to you where you get your leads from. There's a billion ways to get leads. I showed you a few ones in other videos. I would say the easiest and fastest one is to use Instantly's Leadfinder because you can simply drag and drop them inside the same platform and add them to your campaign. But this is totally up to you and really also depends on your business. If your target audience is more likely to be found on Instagram, maybe on Google if it's a local business, or if it's a larger business, you can find them on LinkedIn, yada, yada, yada. The third step is to create message sequences with custom variables for personalization. And here I want to show you an example. So this is one of our email sequences for one of our campaigns which we have sent, and this was actually super successful, and that's why I'm going to show you that. Also, this explains exactly how personalization can make an email stand out. So in this case, as you can see, subject line is written in small letters, need to talk about username, and username in this case is their Instagram username. So we are talking about an Instagram account here. So imagine your Instagram account being in the subject line of an email you receive. So you get an email which says need to talk about, and then it says, in my example, sada.tycoon, which is my Instagram name. I would be like, why does someone know my Instagram name when sending me an email? Then we have another personalization with the first name. Hey, first name, straight to the point, you're leaving money on the table, yada, yada, yada. I've been watching your IG with its impressive, and this is the magic, follower count short. So this is a variable for a number in the CSV we uploaded to Instantly, where we also scraped the follower amount of that account. So you will get a personalized email where it says your Instagram username, your first name, and then in the message it also tells you how many followers you have on Instagram. This proves to the reader that you took the time to learn something about them. This is proof to me that my time reading this email is valuable enough for you you to be taking care of the details. So this email worked fantastically fine for us, but in this case I just wanted to show you the example of how variables can help you make personalization on a big scale. So if you are scraping leads from Instagram, you will also have their follower amount, and then you can talk to them about their Instagram account followers, if that's your business. For us, it's our business, as at OmniFusion we are automating outreach and inbound leads on Instagram. As you might know, we are building AI appointment setters for Instagram pages, and that's why for us this just worked perfectly fine. This is an example, and you can get creative with any kind of variables you have, but the point is here, try to personalize the message as much as possible without sacrificing automation. After you warmed up your accounts, uploaded your leads, and created message sequences, everything you need to do is actually to go and start the campaign. After you have started the campaign, it's very crucial that you reply to every incoming email as fast as you can. This will show your prospect that you are reliable, that you are fast. This basically shows your work ethic. If you need a day or two to reply back to a cold email, most people will not even remember that they answered your email. So try to answer every email as soon as possible to get a high enough chance to book a meeting with that client. In general, you should aim for 5 to 8% reply rate and around 0.5% booking rate. More is obviously better, but if you send 1000 cold emails, you should have at least 5 booked calls, in my opinion. Don't get discouraged if that's not your results in the beginning. This is what you should aim for, and obviously you will not hit that with the first try. I hope you do, but it's very unlikely. Also, this takes time. So from your first email to the booked meeting, sometimes it can be 21 days or more, because you send multiple sequences. Someone could be out of office, they send you back a reply, then they need to schedule, yada yada yada. So it can take up to 21 days to fulfill these rates. And my last recommendation here is send at least 300 mails a day, which gives you roughly 10,000 emails per month. At OmniFusion, we are currently sending around 500 emails a day, and we are getting good enough responses from that. Be aware that this does not mean that you're talking to 10,000 people, because you are sending multiple emails to the same recipient. So if you send 10,000 emails in a month with a whole campaign, it's roughly 2,000 to 2,500 leads, which we are talking to every single month. And the best part about this, it's horizontally scalable. So as soon as you're sending 300 messages a day, you can easily scale to 500, 1,000, 1,500 just by adding more email accounts and more domains. That's all you need to do. I could go a little bit more into the math of this, but I explained all of this already in my previous videos, which you can see at the end of this video as well. You can find this sheet and more resources in our free school community at school.com/omnifusion. You can talk to us, you can ask the community any question you might have about cold outreach, AI in general, and so on, and you will get your answers there. I hope this video is proof to you that any business can get new clients by using cold emails in 2024. You will find all the links you need down in the description as always. I hope you have a wonderful day, and see you in the next one.